Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Court Vision. I am AJ, and I am here with another tier maker list. And in this one, we are going to be judging the Hall of Famers of the future. We got a bunch of guys down here below that the fate of their Hall of Fame careers are in our hands based on what they've done, what we project them to be able to do. And we're about to be judge, jury, executioner for where these guys are going to go. If you like this type of content, make sure to leave a like on the video. I appreciate any support you guys can give. Subscribe if you are new. We're chasing 100 subscribers. And let's get right into it, man. Al Horford, really, really solid player. But I think he misses Hall of Fame. And before we get any further, just to note, it is actually pretty easy to get in the Basketball Hall of Fame as far as like accolades, stats, stuff like that. I just don't think he's really done nothing other than, I mean, he's been a productive NBA player, like a really good NBA player, but I don't even think he's borderline. I think he misses. Andre Drummond misses. Statistically, he's put up some crazy rebounding numbers, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He's only 29, but I don't see it with him. There's just too much missing in his game, and his type of center is just like deteriorating from the NBA, the current way that it is. Here's an interesting one. Andre Iguodala. He is absolutely borderline for me. He definitely could be in, but there's a case to where he shouldn't be. Statistically, in Philly, people remember him like he was like, I don't know. I feel like people's memories of his games in Philly were better than they actually are. He was like a 17-5-5 guy, and people think he was like a 27-5 or something like that. So he's borderline, but with what he did in Golden State, he has a Finals MVP, couples Finals championships. I mean, he's borderline, but I think he's leaning more towards Hall of Fame. So I'm gonna keep him right here at borderline. So these are gonna be the toughest guys right here, like Ben Simmons, super young. We don't really have much to go off of so far, but I just think his upside, I'm going to put him borderline. He's more towards borderline missing for me compared to Iguodala, like borderline making it. Blake Griffin, he's another borderline guy. Really no success other than individually. He's done enough potentially to get in. So I would probably put him more towards like Iguodala. He's like right where he is. Bradley Beal, he's a really good player, man, but outside of being a really good, wow, this is tough because like it's hard to judge NBA Hall of Fame because some guys get in just because they were really good players, and that's what Bradley Beal is. But I'm gonna say Bradley Beal misses, and same with DeRozan. Just two really good scorers, good players. I think Beal's better than DeRozan. I would put Beal like all the way up here. But I don't know. I don't see them being Hall of Famers. Cousins, wow, I don't know, man. Back in Sacramento, he was killing it. And technically, he has a ring. I think he misses, though, man. I think he misses. Derrick Rose. Interesting. I think Derrick Rose misses the Hall of Fame. I'm a tough grader, man. I think I'm tougher than the NBA because some of these guys will probably make it. But to me, and it's no fault of his own, but the injuries cost him what could have been, what would have been a Hall of Fame career. But for him to come back after 2 surgeries, and I mean, he's dropping nearly 20 a game. That's amazing. You know what? Just for sentimental, I'm going to put him borderline, probably missing, but borderline. Draymond Green is another one of those really interesting guys, right? I mean, he's like a 10-7-7 10-7-5 guy, but defensive player of the year multiple times. He's even missed a couple that he should have gotten. He changed the way, he was a part of a big, massive change in basketball. He made it possible for small ball for the Warriors. So his impact on the game, he's going to be borderline, and honestly, It'll be interesting to see where they place Draymond because he's got a ways to go in his career still too. Golden State's gonna be healthy next year, so we'll see. Dwight Howard's a Hall of Famer. Honestly, uh, Dwight was a damn monster. Defensive Player of the Year, his rebounding, his scoring early on. He was the last of his kind of centers. First ballot Hall of Famer, Dwight Howard. Jimmy Butler misses. Really, really, really good player, but not really. I don't see it for Butler. Joakim Noah, interesting one. I'm gonna say misses. I don't think he's done enough in his career to. Although he was. I mean, it's just 1 year though. He was a solid NBA player. I mean, I could put him right next to Al Horford in terms of career. There's nothing that he has done that has stood out more than any of these guys. John Wall misses, easy miss, super talented, but Karl Anthony Towns, that one's interesting. He is kind of what the evolved center has become, right? Actually, John Wall, we'll put you down there. And Andre Drummond will be down there. And, okay, we'll leave it there. Karl Anthony Towns is kind of evolving with the way the NBA is. He's still a big guy, but he's kind of like, not soft, but he is like today's big man. I mean, he's like a center. He's got agility. He can shoot. I'm going to say he's going to miss, though, because I don't see his career becoming much more successful in Minnesota. Kemba, this is tough, man, because, like, again, I said the NBA Hall of Fame, they're very lenient with, like, who they let in. You don't have to, like, be absurdly successful or even, like, amazing to get in, but it's like, I'm judging, I'm not going off of how they judge it, so I'm going to say Kemba's going to miss, too. Just not enough success. Kevin Love's borderline for the fact that his numbers were insane in Minnesota. He does have a title. He kind of evolved with the game as well. Lost weight, became more of a stretch four. Still a crazy rebounder. He's borderline, but again with like D Rose and Blake probably, the more missing side of the border. Clay, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, the shooting, the defense, the titles, he's just setting historical numbers, doing different things. Actually, he's first ballot. I mean, Clay's unbelievable. When healthy, especially. But that's another thing. He's coming back from an ACL, but he's young enough. I think he's going to recover. He'll be okay. Porzingis misses. He's really not done much, honestly. That's all I really have to say. Kyle Korver, he's going to miss. He's kind of almost borderline just because of his shooting, but he's never been more than really like a role player. Kyle Lowry misses. Does have a title. He's kind of like just an above average point guard to me. Kyrie Irving is really interesting. He's still young. And he's going to be on a team with KD. The future could be successful for them. He's already had a pretty successful career as far as production goes. He does have a title. I'm going to put him up here. You know what? I'm going to put him in the hall. That's so tough to do. Like for me to put it. I'm going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Not first ballot, but he may end up being a Hall of Famer with what he does in his second half of his career in Brooklyn with KD. LaMarcus Aldridge, I'll give him borderline. He's kind of like in that Horford range, but I think he was better than Horford, so I'll give him that. Luka, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. First ballot for Luka. He's insane. Luol Deng is interesting. I'm going to say he misses, but he was a solid NBA player. Marc Gasol misses. Jokic, still very young in his career. I'm going to say misses. Vucevic misses. I don't think he's wasting away in Orlando. It's kind of sad. Pau Gasol, Hall of Fame. Definitely multiple titles. He's first ballot. Multiple titles. Insane production, especially with the Lakers and Memphis, honestly. Paul George. Oh, I mean, depending on what happens with the Clippers and if they can keep that team together, I don't know, man. I'll give him Hall of Fame. I'll give Paul George Hall of Fame as long as he keeps doing what he's done. And if he and Kawhi can stay with the Clippers for a while, win a title or two. Man, this list, whoever made this list, shout out to you because this is hard. These are like all tough players. Paul Millsap misses, really good player. Nothing really more than that. Rajon Rondo. Wow. Okay. Rondo's borderline for me. Specifically for what he did with the Celtics. And really, he actually kind of reminds me of Dwight Howard in that way. He is like the point guard version of Dwight Howard, right? Like his type of point guard is gone from the league. Same with Dwight, which is funny because they're on the same team currently. But like his era of pass first, not being able to shoot, does not fly in today's NBA. But what he did with the Celtics in that first half, give him borderline Hall of Fame. First half of his career, give him borderline Hall of Fame numbers. Rudy Gobert, you spread the corona, you miss. Actually, I'm just kidding. He's borderline. I mean, he wins Defensive Player of the Year constantly. I don't know if that's borderline towards Hall of Fame, probably towards missing, but he's there. Trae Young is interesting. So, really hard to project how his career will pan out. But honestly, I'm going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Production, and he's only going to improve. Hopefully his team does too. But I think he can make Hall of Fame. Victor Oladipo. He should be Hall of Fame. I'm going to put Victor at the... I'm putting Victor here. He just has not done enough. And he's still young. He may do it, but I don't see it. And last but not least, Father Time himself, Vince Carter. Definitely first ballot Hall of Famer. Vince Sanity. Just on game impact alone, I think he has kind of placed himself in the Hall of Fame. Like Yao Ming, right? Like his numbers were good. Like really good. But numbers alone, I don't think got him in the Hall of Fame. He had like a cultural impact with China, just like blowing up the NBA in China. Vince kind of did that for Toronto. He did that for just he was like an Allen Iverson type, like how he changed the culture with his dunk contest. All those successful years with New Jersey. Went to the finals with that New Jersey team with Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, all that. I don't know if Kittles was still there, but he's had enough success, finals trips, the longevity of his career, the success, his numbers. I mean, way back when, Vince could fill it up. He can still fill it up a little bit, but that's my list. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Appreciate every single one of those thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, still chasing 100. And we'll see you in the next video.